Good morning, friends. This is Shivakkumar again, and friends are asking, say, how you completed SAP Transportation Management certification. Actually, they are giving the certification in the name of C underscore S4TM underscore 2020. So to be frank, they are looking for my experience in taking the certification exam. So to be frank, actually, so I have worked in ECC, SAP Logistic Execution, that is TRA, SHP, yard management, and task and resource management. Those areas in ECC. And when coming to, SAP S4 HANA transportation management, I'm not having experience, hands-on experience on that, but with my logistic execution experience, right? In the area of TRA, SHP, TRM, yard management, and all these things. So I'm able to correlate, actually, say, whatever the practical experience I gained in the ECC thing. So I correlated with SAP TM, but it is completely, TM is completely advanced future, okay? So it is completely different, but based on the experience and knowledge gained, so I am able to correlate all these things. And so I have taken nearly 1 month for reading the S4TM, S4TM1, S4TM2, and S4TM3. So SAP is recommending to study these three books. Okay, there is S4TM TM1, there is SAP S4 HANA 2020, and S4TM2, and S4TM3. Okay, these three books are very important. So what are the topics covered here, right? In SAP Transportation Management, when thinking of that, so we have 5 to 6 chapters. That is SAP Transportation Management Overview and the Fundamentals, which covers greater than 12% in your certification examination. And then we have Transportation Planning that covers greater than 12% of coverage in the certification examination. And then Freight Order Management, that also covers greater than 12%. And then charge calculation and freight settlement, and transportation management for logistics service provider LSP, that covers 8 to 12%. When coming to, say, actually, for example, the basics of transportation management and fundamentals and transportation planning, and then freight order management, and then actually we have charge calculations and freight settlement. We have, say, for example, S4TM1, S4TM2, S4TM3. That PDF document is enough. In addition to that, SAP is recommending to study S4611 document. Okay, and so this will give you the complete picture. And when talking about transportation management for logistic service provider LSP, SAP is recommending to study TM 140, that is TM 9.6 version, okay, of TM transportation management. So you can see all this detail in learning.sap.com under the valid certification list. Actually, you can see all these details. Okay, when and actually the total questions asked is around, actually, say, 80 questions, and the examination time is for 3 hours. That is 180 minutes, and so you can plan, actually, thoroughly you can read all these questions before answering the questions. Say sometimes, actually, 3 questions might be right, but they will mention three questions. Please select 3 options. So then, actually, you need to think on that. And there is no true or false actions. I think, actually, there is no true or false options. Only we have multiple choice options available. And so the coverage of this S4TM1, S4TM2, SAP S4TM3, and in addition to that, if you read, actually, S4611, so you can get a gain knowledge. This will be more enough. And other than that, if you have Learning Hub, SAP Learning Hub access, you can see lot of e-learning courses available, practitioner sessions available, open SAP courses available for transportation management, and then, actually, the practice sessions and the assessment test. All these things are available in learning.sap or Learning Hub access. If you are having Learning Hub access, so you can go through all these practitioner sessions, e-learning, ebooks are available, and then actually assessment. You can take n number of times you can take an assessment, so you can get a practical idea how to attend the exam. And in an average, actually, the minimum time required for completing one question, and what is the total time required for taking the examination. And you in real examination mode, actually you can move back and front, right? Actually, say for example, if while answering the question 3, so you are getting doubt whether this option is correct or not, because sometimes the resemblance of the answers will be there, right? Actually, to make you to confuse and twist, right? So at the time if you are getting confused, then actually you decide, actually don't wait for the particular question, rather than moving to the next question, and then later you can answer the particular question, right? So those, then actually you can answer remaining questions, and then actually navigate to you can use back option to navigate the question. We cannot have the complete list of drill down kind of thing and select a particular questions to be answered properly or not. So the verification mode where we need to go back, that is the only option. So don't, as already mentioned, actually don't see that the clock running on the right side top corner, right? Actually don't. If you're seeing, then you will get a lot of confusion, and a lot of hurry and everything. So now actually let's move on to the SAP TM1 the document. So it covers the business process in embedded TM in S4 HANA. Okay, and so if you are seeing the topics, even in learn.sap.com, training.sap.com, you can find all these chapters. Okay, what are the content available in S4TM1? Okay, so we have S4 HANA transportation management, enterprise management overview, and the main components of enterprise management, transportation management in S4 HANA. And then user experience, we have Fiori interface, working with personal object list. And when coming to transportation management master data configuration, we can able to check the master data requirements, business partners, transportation network, evaluating the organizational structures, and then defining conditions, determining the freight management. And transportation requirement management includes transportation relevance for orders and deliveries, creating freight costs, building packages, and managing the freight forwarding process. And then when coming to transportation planning, you are transportation planning process, and then planning profiles, selecting a planning profiles, assessing the transportation cockpit for interactive planning, optimization of roads, freight orders using optimization, and then booking I can say booking capacities, performing carrier selection, tendering freight orders. And when coming to transport execution, we can see triggering delivery creation, integrating with warehousing, generating outputs, the different delivery outputs, and transportation related document outputs and everything, monitoring the transport events, analyzing transport management performance, and then charge calculation and freight settlement, and managing this charge calculation of master data, calculating charges in freight orders, settling freight orders, and then distributing cost, calculating and settling the charges in the forwarding orders, settling freight charges in a group logistics scenario, and then managing freight and forwarding agents. So this will be good for you to read, get an overview of SAP TM1, right? So that is a beauty of SAP TM1. And if you are thinking about SAP TM2, it will go in deep. Actually, I can say the charge calculations and everything, right? So planning and everything, planning and execution in case of SAP TM is considered. So let us take you to the topics. So transportation management as an enterprise management, and explaining the basic and advanced transportation management, master data, creating business processes and everything. So this is same like actually what I mentioned, right? And transportation master data means creating business partners, transportation network, resource creation, evaluation of organization units, and defining schedules and default routes. And then transportation requirement management and configuration. So dealing with transportation relevance for order creation and deliveries, creating freight units, configuration conditions, managing delivery creations, and then creating handling units and building packages. And then transportation planning and configuration includes explaining the transportation planning process, and then defining the selection and planning profiles, configuring transportation cockpit layouts, and then planning interactivity, scheduling of flight orders, optimizing flight orders, creating a transportation proposals, and subcontracting flight orders, creating load plans, and defining shortcut planning process. And then when coming to the transportation execution, we can say configuring the flight types, flight order types, and then explaining the concept of transportation units and service orders, generating the outputs, and monitoring the transportation events, and generating the warehouse. Okay, so the goal is to actually you need to go complete actually end to end. Actually, you can read everything, right? So the main goal is to create a transportation network master data, and then actually create a transportation relevance for order deliveries, understand the manual and automatic planning process in SAP TM, and understanding the planning process in SAP TM from shipper's perspective, creating the configurations for the various planning process, execute load planning, set up transportation execution tracking, and integrate SAP TM with SAP EWM. So these are the actually the goals in learning SAP TM2. Okay, and when asking about TM2, actually you need to recommended actually the thing will be S4H 00, right? For it's a SAP S4 HANA overview, and S4 600 business process in SAP S4 HANA sales, and S4 601 for business process in SAP S4 HANA supply chain management or execution, and S4 TM1 that is business process in SAP TM1. Actually, that is what I told, right? So these are the prerequisites, and so when talking about actually the SAP S4 TM3 PDF, right? So what it covers, right? So it covers about charge and settlement options in SAP TM1. Sorry, SAP TM. So here also the transportation management as a part of SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management, describing the basic process in charge management in TM, explaining the basic and advanced features of transportation management. And when coming to charge and settlement management here, so we have the master data of creating calculation master data, scale, rate table, calculation sheet, freight agreement, and then configuration charge types, charge calculation, determining agreements, and calculation specific charges. And freight settlement include creating freight settlement documents, integrating to material management verifying invoices, and cost distributing and billing of freight cost, distributing freight cost and billing freight cost in SD. And strategic freight procurement includes preparing a strategic freight procurement, and executing freight settlement procurement process. So embedded logistics service provider process. So the goal in reading S4 TM3 is to set up a necessary master data for the charge calculation, perform check charge calculation, configuration and TM for the freight settlement process, and describe or distribute the calculated cost to the respective originating transportation requirement, and understanding and configuring the strategic freight process, right? So these are the important thing. And when thinking about the prerequisite to read the document, right? I already told S4H00, that is SAP S4 HANA overview, S4 600, that is basic business process in SAP S4 HANA sales, and S4 601 business process in SAP S4 HANA supply chain execution, and SAP S4 TM1, that is already told business process in SAP S4 TM, and S4 TM2 planning and execution in SAP S4 TM1. Okay, so these are the important thing actually you need to read. And say when coming to important thing here is actually the you need to, if you go through TM130, that covers the user interface for Fury, and then software requirements for I can say constructing interfaces of TM with other external FedEx or DHL or whatever it may be. And you can also in actually I can say in learning up access, learning up portal, you can find the practice sessions, you can have the configuration documents, everything available, and test documents, everything available, right? So these are the things. And one more thing, actually, I already told, actually, right? Actually, so I'm not having a prior experience in, I can say, SAP TM, but even actually, I'm able to complete my certification in first attempt, because actually SAP has given, as scheduled, or actually they can formulated the course structure or package structure in such a way to understand or easily learn for the new person to get into SAP TM. So if you are going through SAP TM 1 PDF document, so the goals will be the outline transportation management business process in SAP S4HANA, and then identify and examine SAP TM building blocks necessary for processing a shipment of goods, and then engage in transportation network maintenance and creation of transportation relevance for orders and deliveries, and managing forwarding orders, and manage transportation plan and shipment execution, and calculate and settle freight charges and distribute cost, and use SAP S4HANA using Fairy UX. Okay, so as already told, actually, so the prerequisite already told, actually, we need to have a SAP S4HANA overview and SAP S4HANA sales related details and supply chain related knowledge is more required. And say, as already told, you need to learn about actually the interfaces to be used, because we are having the say SAP EWM, SAP TM, or live systems, right? So you need to get more detail in knowledge into that. And when coming to say, if you are getting access or voucher from your from the company you are working, that is fine. And if you are privately applying for the certification, then actually you need to apply, actually, say, for one time it is CER 001 code. So the cost is 16,884 plus 3,000 plus GST. That will come 9,889 cost. And if you are opting the choice for taking CER 006, that will, you can take actually 6 certifications. So the cost is actually 42,211 plus GST cost it will come, right? So these are the important thing. So once you get into the TM, it shows that the certification verifies the person's knowledge or fundamental knowledge and skills in the area of SAP TM, and in particular SAP S4HANA, because currently we are using the version S4TM 2020, right? So if you are having practical experience, then it is easy for you to go through, you can read one or two times and easily clear the examination. Or otherwise, actually, if you are a fresher in TM, then actually you need to learn, actually, you need to read this S4TM1, S4TM2, S4TM3, all these documents many times, and then actually you need to in internet you can see lot of actually the practice questionnaire Q&A. Actually, the websites are available. You can take the test and then you practice yourself and get it actually confident for attending the SAP certification, global certification. And also you can I'm seeing actually you can see a lot of dumps there, and also if you are having say Udemy access, then you can have SAP TM courses available, practice sessions available, and then Q&A practice sessions available. And then actually in YouTube also I'm seeing 4 to 5 very good videos related to transportation management. And also you can see actually the old version of SAP TM 9, right? Actually, when business suit and all these things, those videos are available actually. So just think, actually the current code SAP is providing is for transportation managers as transportation management is C underscore S4TM underscore 2020. So I have taken actually 1 month time for reading all these 3 documents. So that is very important, and I already told actually we need to read this one additional documentation, right? Actually S4 611. So that will help you to get into the more interface related details and everything. Okay, so try to learn the transportation management. Definitely it is having very good future. So many friends actually, even in LinkedIn and everything, they are asking. So I have created a post, right, a blog in SAP, in LinkedIn, for the related to SAP TM certification, SAP EWM certification, and also the SAP Activate Project Management, and a certified specialist in Activate Project Management in cloud, and for actually how I cleared ECC EHP 7.0, right, actually certification. So all these things I have cleared, and even actually I cleared actually related to procurement solution in S4 HANA, that related to the Ariba kind of solution. So where SAP is providing actually the free certification there. So if you are taking that assessment, automatically you will get a digital badge through Kedili. So once you complete this certification, right, you will get a confirmation from Credily with the batch as well as your certification. You can download that and you can post either in the social media like via LinkedIn, Twitter or Facebook, or actually you can download that. You can get a embedded link, and then actually you can get a badge, a logo and everything. So you can download it. You can make the public view of your certification, or public view of public badge. And many people can view that. Either your recruiter or some person can easily go through your qualification, certification, everything. I hope the videos I have given is very useful. So you can find lot of TM related, SAP TM related websites, question and answer sessions, blogs, lot of things are available in the net. And but I would recommend to go through SAP Learning Hub Access and SAP Udemy, all these things. Actually you can find lot of dumps, practicing dumps are available. Thanks friends. I hope the details I have given related to TM certification is more useful. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the continuous support. This is Shivakkumar signing off. Friends, actually I missed to tell that what type of questions, say especially in SAP TM, right, actually they will look for the integration between EWM with the TM, integration with SD with the TM, and materials management with the TM. Say if a particular option is not selected, or particular document is not created in TM, then what is the subsequent action which is taking place in or SD or TM, right? Actually, say this is very important. Actually, you need to know about integration of TM with other modules. Say for example, if for example actually the freight forwarding document which is not creating a service entry sheet in what will happen? And say for example actually the related integration between and say for example actually in material management, which document to be created when posting a transfer freight settlement document in TM. So what are the things to be checked, right? Like that actually they will question. And also related actually related to route management, and then loading time and unloading time, and freight units, distance between the freight units. Those kind of actually questions will be frequently asked. And say for example if you want to do side by side deployment in SAP TM and S4 HANA, which interface you will prefer? And related to driver management, so at what level actually you are assigning the driver details in the TM. And then actually you need to discuss about the planning profiles, and then actually say for example if the post processing framework is to be triggered, so what are the subsequent documents created? So these kind of actually questions will be asked. And network diagrams related, and charge management, all these things will be asked. Say for example route related determinations and everything, right? Say for example you are defining the transportation hierarchy. So which transportation lanes can you use during the transport from one transportation zone to another transportation zone? They have given the network diagrams, and you from that actually you need to identify which is the best route and everything, right? So how you track the whole journey of goods in TM, so which is to be used, and the profiles, right? Actually say we have planning strategies, planning profiles, lot many things are there. Say per order actually how many freight units to be packed, everything. So they have given actually the transportation zone hierarchy and means of transport hierarchy, those diagrams, and they need to ask you to find actually the orientation, say which from which along or within. So what is the means of transport, everything they will they will look for. Say they will give the scenario kind of train actually. Say suppose you want to configure a scenario in which a single trailer will be hauled more than one truck. So what are the following configurations required, and some parameters you are defined for the forwarding order type, so what are they? So those kind of actually very minute related questions were also to be asked. Actually just I am giving an example, okay? So but actually when if you read the document, actually say whatever I told, S4TM1, S4TM2, S4TM3, you will get a complete idea. So try to practice in the SAP Learning Hub practice sessions, and then actually the simulator kind of things, and then actually you can find the training sessions available in Udemy as already told. So I will say in my actually LinkedIn page, I have given all these link details and everything. So related to Udemy, all these things, and we have lot of some 4-hour training related to transportation management. SAP transportation management is available. So try to go through all these things, right? That will help you to score good marks. So, so how in TM you are calculating the profitability, and say in which SAP Fury app you can define whether the business shares are to be considered in the carrier selection process. Likewise, actually they will ask a lot of questions. So related to GIS, GPS indicators, everything, right? So they will ask some questions on the particular topic. So you try to go through all these things, right? And say which following attributes are used for the trade lanes, and so which following strategies can you use to assign to the optimizer settings, and they say you want to load the truck for which a plan one of you want to load your you want to optimize the loading factor, so that you have planned to one of your trucks. So from which of the following you can start the load planning functions, like that. Actually they will question in the questions are definitely from that S4TM1, S4TM2, S4TM3. So but actually I'm requesting to practice, to take actually the sample questions actually available in the SAP Learning Hub. So and also you can search the possible questions in the SAP TM related websites. So I hope the details have given is very useful. Thanks friends. This is Shivakkumar signing off.